Chicago Bears QB1. Oh, he had a lot to say today, y'all. Keep it locked. Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy John J, and with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the Go. What's going on, cuzzo?
You already know, man. Hey, that's a lot going on in this world. Hey, they freed Larry Hoover today, halfway. It's a lot
Watch
going
out
on,
now.
man. It's a lot going on out there, Chicago, man. It's like everything going our way. They finna free Larry Hoover. The Bears finna win the Super Bowl. Are we in a dream? That was so Chicago to the fullest.
That was so Chicago. I just want to let it be known, no affiliation from this.
No affiliation from us. I'm just
still,
saying, that's a big name. That's a big name in the city.
Absolutely, that is a big name. And we
imagine
all
Larry Hoover at the Bears game. Oh, now what's going on with you, though, bro?
Well, first we still got to find out because he still got some more hurdles to jump.
200 more of them things.
So but aside from that, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Definitely loving it when they get a chance to come forth and talk some of these Bears. And before we get into it, y'all, please do us a solid, drop a like, share this thing, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we gets busy over here. Plus,
free, man.
It don't cost you nothing but a half a second to click the button,
Yes, sir.
But it means the world to us. Help
What's
us
the
out
song
with that
say?
algorithm.
Put a little love in your heart.
Yeah. But man, D Snow, we're gonna get right into it because
yes, sir.
The main focus was originally we were gonna talk about the 1920 football drive special, the behind the scenes from the 2025 NFL draft from the Bears perspective. But then, hey, QB1 spoke today, so that jumped right to the front of everything for everybody. So we're going to get into that. Caleb spoke for the first time since that report came out about the Sam Wickersham book that is coming out soon in September. And, man, he addressed it head on right in his opening statement, D Snow. Did you get a chance to check out QB1?
I mean, the thing I looked at is, hey, the biggest thing that I felt like he was about was embracing leadership. He was pushing that. Hey, the biggest, let me tell you something. I've been thinking about this since we watched this, since we talked about it before the show. And what I want to call my man, Caleb, is CCC. Cool, calm, and collected. Because, man, they was peppering my boy with all kind of crazy questions. He would laugh him off, brush him off. He looked like a quarterback on the field. Trying to, look at what read. Do I go to read 1, read 2, read 3? Running from the guys trying to sack him.
Yeah, that one question. Do you listen to? Or does your father speak for you? I said, what? Oh, come on,
bro.
Hey, shout out to Caleb because, like you said, he kept it on.
Cool, calm, and collected, man.
Like, no,
he didn't get out his body once. His voice didn't raise levels. He was on one level. He answered every question smoothly. He handled that like a G, like a professional. He handled that way better than a 2-year guy that's just started playing football in the league. I love what I saw out of Caleb today. That was big time leadership out of that kid to handle all of that and to come out looking even better than he looked before. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. If you didn't like Caleb after that, you couldn't do nothing but like him, man.
Yeah, and I like I said, how he came and just right in the opening statement, he hit on all of the topics. He talked about it. It's been a distraction, so he addressed it, but right now they're focused on the here and now.
Yeah.
So he wanted to nip this in the bud right out the gate.
Yeah.
Another reporter asked, will there be more of a story when the actual book comes out? And he's like, no, not at all. This is why I'm addressing it now. Yeah. Hopefully that is the case because maybe it's some things that he might not think is a big deal that can become one. But hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, he said, of course, he had a good visit with Minnesota, and O'Connell was fresh off a Coach of the Year award. So, of course, he wanted a piece of that.
Yeah,
But he made sure to address. He said the one thing that keeps getting glazed over is when I came here, when I came to visit Chicago, I knew that this was the place for me.
bro. His enthusiasm when he got drafted, the enthusiasm he showed. We've seen guys get drafted, and he was pumped up. He had a great first year. I mean, and this is the thing. If you notice that when he was talking, the biggest thing he emphasized was the support he's getting from his coaching staff. That matters, man, when you're going through stuff like this, because they could have been on, well, I mean, if you don't want to be here, we should, they could have did a U-turn, did something different. They stuck by his side, acted like this was nothing, and treated him like he's ours and that's it. And that's how it's supposed to be. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
your
they
step. It's kind of like when that's your stepchild. Maybe people be like, oh, actually, that's just your son-in-law. Oh, that's my son. Yeah, he
yeah.
is my son-in-law, but that's my son. And that's kind
Yeah.
of how they handled that, man, for real. They didn't let that bother them.
And but honestly, everything that he questioned or worried about, it was true. It was
Yeah.
real.
Oh, for
His
sure.
rookie year,
Oh,
he
for
went
sure.
through all of that,
We
all
saw
of
it.
those things. And this is not the same coaching staff. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy for them to
Hey,
say, hey,
not the
that
same
wasn't
coaching
us.
staff, not the same offensive
It's out of
line.
sight, out of
He
mind
got
at this point.
veterans on that line that's going to protect him now. That care about protecting him.
Yeah. And one of the other big issues out of that report was the part about watching film. He made sure to address that. I do know how to watch film. One of the biggest issue that I was trying to get across was he thought that it would be more nuanced being a professional versus
Mm,
coming up from the collegiate level, and he
yeah,
thought that maybe he would get some pointers on the pro side. You don't know what you don't know when you're a rookie. You fresh into this thing.
of
He's like,
course,
I
of
know
course.
how to watch film. That's not the case at all. He just thought it was going to be some extra week to week on pro shit.
Yeah, for sure.
and
And I ain't mad at him for that.
Yeah, and they talked a lot about Case Keenum, who also stepped to the podium today as well. But just how big of a help he is, and honestly, Ben Johnson did not duck or avoid it at all. I don't know
Yeah,
if you remember, D Snow. We talked about how there's very limited time that the coaching staff can have with the players in the offseason.
yeah.
Ben Johnson was like, yeah, we got Case Keenum, so all this time in the offseason that we can't be with him, he's with him. And that's kind of their way of circumventing the system,
I
D
love
Snow.
that.
Yeah, that was money. And Case Keenum had nothing but great things to say about him, and he talked about the arm talent, how unbelievable that was, and how he's just picking up things like a sponge. So I think the sky's the limit right now, D Snow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love that because for one, Case Keenum is a pro. He's been around the block. He's played for a few teams. You never heard anything bad about him. He's a journeyman. Of course, he's probably not a starter. He's a guy that can get in there every once in a while, but he's that guy that has been around. He knows the offense. He knows the coaches, so he can relate that to the players, and he can, create that smooth transition. Because don't nobody know each other right now, and we do have to get that. We got to get a marriage that's got to get together real quick so we can have a decent season. So I think it's important to have guys like that. I mean, I know they said Montez Sweat is another guy that's been stepping up to be that type of guy. And I love to hear that from your high paid players on the defense and on the offense that they are buying in, that they are giving their all. Because we've seen it in times in the past when, guys that's already paid, guys that's already been around, they won't come to these OTAs and stuff. They won't show up to,
Absolutely.
to damn near July, August. So to see everybody's buying in May, that means that we are really, really trying to, create that new character that we need as a team. And I'm excited, man. I love it. I love everything we're hearing every day, every week. We talking about the Bears, and it's nothing but even the drama that came, something good came out of that too. So it's just making our team come together. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought up Montez Sweat because Montez Sweat is someone else that came to the podium today, and one thing he talked about was bouncing back from this injury season.
Yeah,
Because one of the questions that was asked to him was about him showing up in attendance. The fact that hey, a lot of people are showing up. What's one of the reasons? And he acknowledged that he had an injury plagued season last year, and he wanted to build on. He wanted to get better, and
okay,
especially with this new coaching staff, there's a lot to learn still too. But
yeah,
um, they asked him about the Caleb situation, and he made a point to say that it wasn't an issue for them, and he didn't need to address it with the team, so they have his back. So that's also good to see that they're all one, and it's not an issue for anybody inside that locker room.
Yeah,
It's more,
that's
it's just as
important.
outside noise,
Yeah, of
and that's
course.
why he had to jump
And
out
I
there.
love that they putting it out there like that, so that way the fans and the media know that we ain't letting y'all bother us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all can shoot them spitballs at us all y'all want to. We don't care, man. We coming out of this. I love it, man. I love the energy that the Bears are bringing. I especially love what Ben Johnson was instilling and what he talked about. The big thing he talked about was like instilling discipline, attention to detail. What were the biggest problems we had last year? I love that about Ben. He's addressing the problems dead on. The players are addressing the problems dead on. There is no more elephant in the room. We're going to talk about what the problem is and we're going to try to fix it. That's all we asked her. All we ever wanted was a
Yes.
quarterback. All we ever wanted was, as Bears fans, we are getting everything we ever asked for. And man, oh man, if it works out, we're going to be celebrating and maybe we're going to have the Super Bowl Shuffle 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that would be nice. That
Yes,
would be
sir.
nice.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's the thing. That we finally got somebody that's holding people accountable. We
Yeah.
talked about that on the last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still, you're noticing that even when you hear from each one of the players, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's real.
Yes, sir.
So that is something that we haven't had in quite some time, and it's good to get that back, you know?
Giving us those Lovey Smith vibes.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. So just that was cool to see them address that, and
Oh yeah.
can't wait to see more. And this was just the beginning of OTAs. This was the
Woo.
second round of OTAs, these Snow. So
Yeah.
it kicked off with a bang. It kicked off with a bang. But in addition to that, we can rewind back to yesterday. We had the video,
Yeah.
the 1920 football drive behind the scenes special
Mm-hmm.
for the Bears draft. And they showed each and every one of the picks, and I won't get a full breakdown of each one. You can always, if you're watching, you can check out the Bears YouTube channel for the full breakdown. But just the first thing that caught my eye was with Colston Loveland, obviously being the first pick. It was just a surprise to him as it was to all of us. He
Yeah.
told them that he wasn't expecting it. If he said if that was their plan, they hit it well.
Yeah.
But in the scouting of him, they called it a slam dunk and everything that you could want in a from a football character standpoint. He was a high end starting F tight end, and he can line up in multiple spots. He does everything the right way. People gravitate towards him, and like I said, he was just as surprised as everybody else. And then when Luther Burden came around, it was like Ben Johnson. They didn't expect him to be around. Ben Johnson, when Ryan Poles got him, he gave a nice little hit on the shoulder, like, yeah, we got one. We got one of the ones. Like, okay, you can feel the hype levels there. Same with Ozzy Trapillo. His father, Ryan Pole's father, were teammates.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's big.
yeah,
Connections.
yeah. Shamar Turner, Ruben Hippolyte. They showed him at his pro day, the Maryland pro day, when he ran that 4.47 and went crazy. Zy Frazier, when he came up, he talked about how Walt Harris, how they had just gave him a note a few weeks earlier, talking about maybe round 5, if Zy Frazier is there, let's bring him on in. I could rock with him, and that's when he was there, and that's when they brought him in. So
Yeah.
it was good to see that. And Luke Newman, and I forgot the stat because the Caleb press conference took over when I was rewatching it. But I want to say Luke Newman, this is the 6'3", 320 pound guard out of Michigan State.
Mhm.
I want to say that he had like a 35-inch vert. I said, what? At
That's a
that
lot of vert
size?
for a big guy.
At that size? Oh my
Sheesh.
goodness. So yeah, that was cool. And then obviously we saw the Kyle Monungai pick and him getting a call, and just he got something to prove.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see. As
Yeah.
always, I love to see when the Bears do the little behind the scenes breakdowns. Definitely, if you saw something in it that you like and you want to
Oh
you want to chop it up with,
no.
let me know in the comments.
And the biggest thing I got out of the video is the Bears, you know how you lay out a game plan for the draft. You never know how the draft is gonna go. You can have all of this lined up of what you think, what you want. It looks like we only missed on one thing, and that was getting the running back out of Ohio State. It looks like everything else that they were looking at, things kind of fell to where they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And we're looking happy with what we got. It's not we didn't just take what we had to go. We got what they were looking at. We addressed the position they want to address, and I love it. I love that for our team, for our coaching staff, and to see the excitement in Ben Johnson making those first picks as a coach, being the first time. You know, you got to be excited for him because this is his chance to gel his own guys. So I love that. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's a really cool watch if you haven't seen it already on the Chicago
Bears
Bears YouTube
1920.
channel. It's just Chicago Bears YouTube. You can go on there. The name of the episode is 1920 Football Drive. Well, that's the little show, but
Uh huh.
it's Chicago Bears channel, so it's easy to find. But D Snow, before we get up out of here, you got anything else you want to
Oh
chop it up
man.
with the people's about?
Hey, not really, man. I'm just excited for football. Hey, NFL players got to be more careful out there. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna talk names. I'm not gonna talk what happened. Y'all got to be careful what y'all letting get recorded and who y'all letting around y'all, man. Hey, I know y'all all seen, all the cool TV shows, all the electronics in his bag, NDAs. Like, we should not see y'all getting embarrassed and taking a chance at losing your career over a video, man. These videos are very damning, man. Be careful out there, players. Somebody's always trying to go viral and get lucky off you. Don't lose everything for one moment. Straight up. Little love from D
That's
Snow.
that's real.
Because I'm
That
always
is
cracking
real.
jokes and messing with people. But that's, man, you hate to see somebody lose it all over that one moment, and we see it all the time. So y'all be careful out there, athletes.
A viral moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. But please, 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 if you haven't already, drop a like,
Yes.
share, and subscribe to this thing.
My
It
man
is
say we gets busy over here.
it
Y'all
gets
already
busy over
know.
here. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Bet down Chicago, and we'll
Summer,
holler.
summer, summertime. We love y'all, man. See y'all on the next one.
Yes, Sirski. Peace.
Peace out.